Welcome everyone, we're very glad to have you tonight. We're very happy that you're here. This is Johannes, he's the co-director and co-writer of the play.
And this is Omar, the second co-writer and co-director of the play.
The idea of the play was conceived about a year ago, in this very room actually. Lust was putting on a production of Othello, and I handled the lighting, and I couldn't speak a word of Swedish back then.
Still can't, no.
Thank you, Johannes, for that. Thank you very much. And I had a lot of free time on my hands because I couldn't speak Swedish. And I started thinking what would happen if a number of different Shakespearean plays and characters collided together, interacted with one another. What would happen? And I pitched the idea to Lust as, what if Macbeth was Hamlet's uncle?
Yeah, and the way we went about trying to realize this kind of peculiar idea was to go through basically each and every one of Shakespeare's plays and kind of take the dialogue and trying to reshape it and remold it to fit a new context and a new storyline, so that the play would kind of appear like a thing that Shakespeare wrote, but didn't actually write, if you know what I mean.
So Johannes did all the writing, and I got my name on the poster, and then we wanted also to use Shakespeare. His ideas and themes are pretty timeless, so we wanted to also try to mold it in a way that allows us to comment on what's happening today and ideas that we find profound today. So if you want to read too much into this, please do. Don't stop yourself. Yeah, go nuts with it.
That is your privilege as always, you know what I mean?
And Johannes, there's a bunch of very sensitive information.
Oh right, yeah, a bunch of technicalities. Like if a fire breaks out, we have 3 fire exits. Charmingly marked by the green signs with the little man running on them. So it's over there, and over here, and over there. And we also ask you to please turn off your cell phones. We'd be very kind. And that is it, basically. So everyone, welcome to this play, and let's begin.
The time is out of
Yeah. We know already. All the world's a stage and all that. We get it.
I don't get it. Time is out of what?
You really don't know.
No.
That's like you coming out on stage going to be or not to be. That's the, what's the line? I don't remember.
Well, your attitude doesn't help.
Neither does your ignorance.
Guys, enough. The time is out of joint. At least we should be in joint.
That's true.
Now, let's get on with it. We've got a job to do.
I wonder how, considering how different the stories are. Yeah, I have my doubts.
They may be different, but they have at least one thing in common. And I suspect a lot of other things as well. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, I've actually always thought so too.
But you didn't even know what out of joint meant, so I'm not sure that counts.
Don't start.
Right.
But seriously, how are we going to do this?
Together. One of us starts, the next continues, and the last finishes.
And our different stories?
We'll come together.
How?
Let's find out. It's the only way to do it for the time we live in. For an outjoint time, we need an outjoint play.
Well, all right, I ain't no better than the questioned dark lady here. She actually knew the man personally.
We all knew him personally, didn't we?
Well, yeah, but I only met him a few times. You knew him more intimately, shall we say?
Let's not get into that.
Oh, lady!
Come on, let's begin.
I want to go first.
Is that alright with you, Faye?
Yeah.
Then you begin right away.
Thank you. You will have to imagine a kingdom ravaged by war. King Lear has started campaign after campaign that have been successful thanks to the effort of his mighty General Macbeth. But the people are suffering despite the victories. Among the soldiers, discontent is growing.
Now is the winter of our discontent. May all be bloodier by my decree, and all the clouds that cloud upon our house grow dark as from some still strife in heavens. Our brows are now with blood of man besmeared. Our merry meetings change to stern alarms. Our pleasant measures to horrific marches. Sweet with its peace hovering eternal peaceful friend, and all a bruised man must daily speak to rid their lives once more unto the breach. And all for honor. Honor brings them on to fight my cause. But what about if honor brings them on when they come on? What goes down then? Can honor set to a Lebanon arm? No. Or take away a grief of the wound? No. Or I have no such skill in surgery. What is honor? A word. What is in that word, honor? What is that honor? A true reckoning that I should, but for fantasy and trick of fame, go to their graves like bets. What matters it? They are not near my conscience. So long that first entrance of the soul may darken its with glorying soldiers, bloody fill a pit as well as any man. And certainly they cry, alas, good soul. But then, forgive me stray, if I have stubbed their mothers, they would have done no less. I am their God. They think me like a thing, made by some other nature than nature that shapes man better. Why man I do bestride in our world like a colossus, and you petty man that walk under my huge legs and peep about to find yourself dishonorable graves. For so Lord Rumor speaks, for men may construe things after their fashion, cling from the purpose of the things themselves, and without the pomp, the idol ceremony, the crown imperial, the initial robe of pearl and gold, I am no more than such a poor and bare-forked animal as thou art. Man is no more than that. The myth is all. To arm, therefore, little Pikachu, while I with all the efforts of my day cry, "Hammer!" And let's live the laws of war.
Onto the breach!
Who's that? Speak on, speak quickly or I strike! A French. Who art thou? Lead me to the king. How goes the field? Nay, I know not.
Stand low! What shack is that?
Oh look, the villains fly!
Peace break the off in here. The day is ours. How is this true? The army, when they saw the portion of the day quite turned from them, did all discharge and fled the breach. We are the masters of the field.
Great happiness!
What is the cause of this our victory? The Lord Macbeth alone upheld the day.
I saw him as a cannon overcharged with double cracks, bathing in reeking wounds.
He smoked at bloody execution and carved his passage on the battlements.
Oh, brave Macbeth, well does he deserve that name.
Keep up your bright swords for the Jew and Rustum.
Hail Macbeth! Hail Macbeth! Hail Macbeth!
Good greetings, hardy soldiers.
Oh Macbeth, when death and wholeness in pursuit, your brandished sword and blind men with its beams.
Your sparkling eyes replete with wrathful fire to lead our foes into a feast of death.
How should we honor thee for this success? What shall we say? Your deeds exceed all speech.
Pray now, no more. This praise grieves me. I have but done as you have done, induced as you have been. That's for my country.
But it was you that beat our enemies, that now we're graced with wreaths of victory.
We should proclaim thy name about the field.
No more, I say. Howbeit, I thank you.
We thank the gods we are led by such a soldier. The king doth owe you more than he can pay.
Indeed, what would the king do if he lacked your strength? He's but sickly, old, and weak.
And still is he become some kind of god that we must bend our wretched bodies if he carelessly but nod on us.
You gods, it does amaze me that a man of such feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world.
Could not Macbeth rule the land as easily as the king?
Most true, Macbeth would start a spirit as soon as Lear.
Macbeth and Lear. What is in that Lear? Why should his name be sounded more than yours?
Write them together. Yours is as fair a name. Sound them. It doth become the mouth as well.
On what meat does this our King Lear feed that he has grown so great?
Men at times are masters of their fate. It is not the fault in our stars that we are underlings.
Cease! You imperfect speakers that know not what you utter. What dangers you would lead yourselves into by speaking of such things. They smack to me of treason's capital. Now go, call the field to rest. I know no personal cause to spurn at him. So why then do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs? It must be by his death, for he is crowned, and that hath changed his nature past all judgment. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. Hath not the king done this? And so the thing he is will lead to worse extremities if we do not, as unto a serpent's egg, kill it in the shell. Yet, present fears are less than horrible imaginings. And my thought, whose murders but fantastical, shakes so my state of man, function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not. I need the counsel of my love, for us to speak our free hearts to one another.
Hail Macbeth, thou shalt be king hereafter.
What was that cry?
But beware the acts of the march,
What are you?
for evils bear no end.
Something is rotten in the state of men.
Welcome back, my lord.
Have you had a quiet guard?
Not a bad story.
The king comes here tonight. His queen with him. A lady that paragons description. Go! Make ready preparation. Hail Macbeth, thou shalt be king hereafter. How? What voice did pour this report in mine ear, but seems to have more than mortal knowledge? It spurs me further on. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires.
My lord, king and queen.
How old ho, the great Macbeth, that Athenian crown, the sinew and the forehead of our palm. Your service in the world flows in measure. From face to foot, you will think of blood. Your soul's the sun, where did mark it took, and boldly you turned terror into sport. Here, let the youth take note. This is a man that might be copy to these younger times, which followed well would demonstrate and great.
Our duty to Macbeth.
Most noble gentleman.
The service and loyalty I owe in doing pays itself. My honored lady,
Thank you for your trouble.
I welcome you.
Now, what news?
None, my king, but that the world's grown honest.
Then is doomsday near, but your news is not true. We have seen the best of our times. Machinations, hollowness, treachery, and all ruinous disorders follow us disquietly to our graves. I do begin to doubt the slaughter of my son Edmund. Let me live an oily art to speak, and purpose knowledge he commands. Although the horseman came into the ball with horses and all, must he be acknowledged. The basset has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much, such dangerous. Hamlet is not. He has a feeling. He does not ride the ground without a lamp. But Edmund, I will crawl towards my death, and either let myself overrule and give it to him or anyone. That is my fast intent.
Fear not, my king. He can denounce. Yea, be assured he can do you no harm.
Excellent, well, I trust you to in God, until again I straight my stern lord, to undertake therefore the wars for me.
I serve in all particulars of duty.
Why need there be so many wars, when both charge and danger speak against so great a number? You could dismiss half of them, on wholesome ground. Nay, more than that. What need?
Pie! Half my love, the Lord at his back, where he puts his arms for oblivion. Those scraps of wicked spots, which are devoured as soon as they are made, forgot as soon as stunned. Perseverance gives honor brand, for honor, might, and power are subject all to envious and calumniating time. And therefore, war, the great desire of all that fills the earth with blood, then it is sick. My love is very, let us away to bed. Why tarry you, my sweet? What mean you to keep the sun gently from our mutual sleep? We shall not stir out of a bed tonight.
It is but for my health to commit myself to the wrong cold night. I prithee, do not worry. We'll little before.
After get you back on the instant.
Now we are alone.
My dearest love,
Oh, when we must wearily hide our love.
and make our sweet encounter so in secret. How is it with the king this present time?
I fear he is not in perfect mind. By day and night he wrongs me, and every hour he flashes into one gross crime or another.
It is the infirmity of his age. Yet he hath ere but slenderly known himself.
Macbeth, his mind and notions are unruly, and I do fear him.
That idle old man, that still would cling to those authorities that he should give away. This policy and reverence of age makes the world bitter. And I begin to find a fond bondage in the oppression of aged tyranny.
What's to be done?
My soldiers told me this. The remedies we require oft in ourselves do lie. The fated sky gives us free scope.
What does that mean?
Thou understands me. Death! Grave!
Shall we not live?
Enough. We will speak further elsewhere, and I will into my ear and spirit pour my thoughts.
Thou that stars of fire, thou of the sun doth move, thou truth be a liar, but never doubt I love. My dear Ophelia, not quite to reckon my grows, but that I love you best, most best believe it. I wonder that you will be writing this, Lord Hamlet. Nobody minds it. Under love's heavy burden do I sing. It's not a fashion, and toy and blood, a violet in the youth of primary nature. Forward, not lasting, sweet, not permanent, the perfume and suppliance of a minute. No more, good sir. Oh, I do know when the blood burns how prodigal the soul and the tongue bows. These places, my lord, giving off more light than heat, extinct in both. You mustn't take for fire.
Can't be anything else. What too curious try to despise my sweet lady in the fountain of our love?
They say all lovers wear more performance than they are able, yet they reserve an ability that they never perform.
Forbear, my precious lady, and I will give true evidence of my love.
Well, good. Now play one scene of excellent seduction.
Let Rome in Tiber melt, and the wide arc of all the ranged empire fall. This is my space. Kingdoms are clay, are done here the life feeds beast as man. The nobleness of life is to do thus, when such a mutual pair as us before the world can stand up peerless.
I cannot speak so well. Nothing so well. I was just about to protest I love you.
Your wit's too hot, speed's too fast. Well, try her.
Not till Lick's the rider and mire.
And there it is. The fantasy of love that did forswear me in my mother's womb, so that it should reside in other men and not in me. I am myself alone. Matters not. Such love is merely a lust of the blood, a carnal sting no more. A sickly appetite that nothing can perform but make our women breed themselves a child to fill their cradles ere they find themselves a husband for their beds. A fine performance by a poor master man to flaunt his goatish disposition so. Such a one am I that must the scorn of all the world endure for that I am some 14 moonshines lack of a brother. Why fasting? Wherefore base? They call me misbeliever, cutthroat dog. They tempt me as they spur a stranger cur. Yet I have borne it with a patient shrug, as sufferance is the badge of all my kind, and to throw but shows of service on my lords, so that I might in the end do myself homage, and to thrive by them and line my coat for my peculiar end. I am not what I am. Well then, legitimate Hamlet. How fine a word, legitimate. Well then, legitimate. If my plan speed and my invention thrive, Edmund the base shall top the legitimate. The game is up. Now gods, stand up for bastards.
We shall proceed no further in this business. We have no spurs to break the size of our intent, but only bolting base ambition.
The face of men, the sovereigns of our souls, this time's abuse, are these then motives weak? To force high-sighted tyranny to die is cause enough to bring us to redress. The soldiers who've been eaten by the wars would all approve this deed.
The time has laid upon us hard conditions, and the king has been harsh in his great office. Yet, to kill and dare the hell of take damnation, I'm too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way.
Make thick your blood, I say, and stop up the access to remorse that naught will shake our fell purpose. I will not live a coward in mine own esteem. I'll be the same in act as in desire, now dangers are to me indifferent.
But in these cases still we have judgment. The bloody instructions we teach return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients to our poisoned chalice to thine own lips. If we should fail...
We fail! But if I bear, as I'm sure I do, fire enough, we will not fail. When Lear's abed, what can you or I perform on his unguarded sleep? The officers will mark with blood, so they will bear the guilt. Where is he now?
Almost asleep. He waits for my return.
That I might do it now. Oh, never shall he see thy sweet return.
Macbeth!
See I here, and dagger before me, its handle towards my hand for me to clutch.
Perchance 'tis but a dagger of the mind, proceeding from my heat suppressed brain. There is no such thing. It is a false creation. The bloody instructions informs your eyes.
Marshals me the way to go.
Oh, thine eyes are made a fool of the other senses.
Might they not be worthy all the rest, now o'er the one half world nature seems dead, and withered murder with his stealthy pace towards his dark designs moves like a ghost.
Thou sure and stable earth, hear not his steps, which way they go. Fear that every stone's prate of his whereabout. Yet feel I all the sways of earth shakes like a thing unfirm.
Now could I, Gertude, name to thee a man most like this dreadful night, prodigious grown and fearful as these strange eruptions are. I know where I will wear this dagger now. Macbeth from bondage must deliver Macbeth. Therein, ye gods, you tyrants do defeat. Nor stony tower, nor walls of beaten brass, nor airless dungeon, nor strong links of iron can be retentive to the strength of spirit. But life, having grown weary of these worldly bars, never lacks power to dismiss itself. I go, and it is done. Speak hands for me!
Good evening, sir.
My friend, what night is this?
Whoever knew the heavens menace so?
Yea, 'tis like the dark doth strangle every lamp.
I saw a man, another god you know,
Held up his left hand, which did flame and burn like 20 torches jarred, and yet his hand, insensible of fire, remained unscorched.
And the night's courses a thing most strange, and wild in nature broke their stalls, flung out, contending against obedience, as if they would make war with mankind.
'Tis said they eat each other.
Let's break off then. This disturbed sky is not to walk in this.
Let's go together.
Too many figures, many fantasies, doth busy here draw in the brains of men. Therefore, I cannot sleep. Oh, gentle sleep. Nature's soft nurse, how have we frighted thee that thou no more wilt weigh my eyelids down and steep my senses in forgetfulness? Oh, for air, farewell the tranquil sleep. Sleep that rambled up the sleeve of care. The death of each day's life. Sore labor's bath. The balm of heart's minds. Great nature's second course. Oh, farewell. I dread such horrid, ghastly sights. The graves did yawn and yield up their dead. The fierce, fiery warriors fought upon the clouds, and the blood did drizzle down upon the ground. And the ghosts did shriek and squeal about the streets. It seemed to the world too dreadful for the gods. Incensed them to send their naked wrath.
I have done the deed.
The source of all my blood is stopped. My royal father's murder. Woe is me. To see what I see what I see.
Breaking up such great a thing should make a greater cry.
Oh, that the great King Lear could lie so low.
This is a sorry sight. We carry people's hands to reconcile.
Therefore render I my bloody hands to you.
I am not as deep a sin as you.
What do you mean?
The greatest guilt is yours.
Did not the great King Lear bleed for justice' sake? This should be called a sacrifice, not murder. I killed him boldly, but not wrathfully. I carved him as a dish fit for the gods.
But still, your hands still plucking my knife.
A little water clears us of this deed. How easy it is then, come.
Sleep no more, Macbeth, as murder sleep.
What was that cry? Who was it that thus cried?
What'd you say?
Didst thou not hear a cry?
When?
Now.
Time said.
Aye.
I heard nothing.
Methought I heard a voice crying.
What?
I am not well in health, and that is all.
Mountains, bow down your heads in awe. Storms, cease and hold your fury. Birds, let your simple song die in your throats. For no one should stand tall but us. No voices should thunder and echo in these halls but ours. And no songs should be heard lest they wither in comparison to our passion. What?
Got the stuff. Wait, I forgot one thing.
Well, that is music to hear. Thy proclamation has engulfed the endpoints of my heart and soul with blood so thick with joy and excitement that this earthly vessel strains to hold it all together.
Stop that. What is this and what is that?
I brought all the props. I thought since we're doing Shakespeare, I got everything. And I found the meat on which Lear does feed on.
Your voice and orders of
Why
fame.
are you talking like this? What's wrong with normal, simple, direct prose? And the meat is metaphorical. We don't take things literally. We're not American fundamentalists.
Well, she's doing Shakespeare. Method acting and all.
Thank you. I can't believe I have to work with the likes of you, who have no knowledge or respect for the traditions and methods of Shakespeare.
Yes. Please keep shouting your lines. There might be a student in Economy Centrum who hasn't been given a chance to be appalled by your performance yet. And for the final time, what is this?
Well, I thought since we're doing Shakespeare, I would get all the stuff we need. Here are some daggers for Julius Caesar and Macbeth, the boxes for Merchant of Venice, the skull for Hamlet.
Little faculty of medicine, good God.
Let me guess. Midsummer Night's Dream?
Right you are. Here is also the crown of characters. King John, King Henry the IV, King Henry the V, King Henry the VIII, King Richard the II, and King Richard the III.
You forgot one.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
You forgot King Hamlet and his brother.
King Duncan, King of Scots?
No, those aren't real.
I am pretty sure the Scots wouldn't take kindly to that.
Like the others are real. Besides, we weren't in any of this.
But how can you do Shakespeare without this?
What, you mean the boxes that smell like they were trying to get high in the most impractical way? Or the daggers that wobble when you move your hand too fast as if they had made in China written on them?
Shakespeare's in the words, the language.
And you two are full of brilliant ones. Now help me carry this back so we can continue. Whose turn is it now?
You're up, Faith.
Oh, right. Thanks. The murder of King Lear gets blamed on the gods, as Macbeth has planned. He quickens to marry Gertude, making himself king. His first royal order is to end the ongoing wars, winning much favor with the people. While most of the kingdom moved on from mourning Lear to celebrating Macbeth and Gertrude's wedding, Hamlet continues to grievingly obsess about his father's death, distancing himself from everyone who cares about him.
Though yet of King Lear, our dear ruler's death, the memory be green. And so it us befitted to bear our hearts in grief and our whole kingdom contracted in one brow of woe. Yet should we think on him together in remembrance of ourselves. Therefore have I, with mirth in funeral and with dirge in marriage, taken to wife my sometime queen, and here a contract of eternal bond of love. Confirmed by the mutual joinder of our hands, strengthened by the interchangement of our rings. And all the ceremony of this compact is sealed in function by your testimony. Our coupling so eternally is knit. To you, and for all your better wisdoms, thanks.
I take you thus, and in exchange I give me and my service, ever whilst I live, into your guiding power. This is my man.
Now joy, gentle friends, fresh days of love accompany our hearts. Be merry, love, and lift up your countenance, for 'tis the day of celebration of that notion for which we two have been before.
The heavens bring on that both our love and comforts should increase.
Hide me the heavens with black! You day and night, you comets! Scourge the bright revolting stars that have consented to King Lear's death!
How now, my cousin Hamlet and my son?
That this too solid flesh would melt.
How is it that the clouds still hang on you?
How is it? All of you lamented high the murderers and the crime. Here lay King Lear, his silver skin laced with his golden blood. And but 2 months dead, forgotten quite. It seems that men have lost their reason.
Good Hamlet, cast thy nighted colour off. Do not forever with thy veiled wit seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou know'st his common. All that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
My mother, 'tis common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems, madam, nay it is. I know not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, nor customary suits of solemn black, nor windy suspirations of forced breath that can denote me truly. These indeed seem, for they are acts that a man might play, but I have that within which passeth show. These but the trappings and the suits of woe.
Hamlet! The common theme of nature is the death of fathers. A theme that hath cried from the first corpse till he that dies today, this must be so. And so to persevere in obstinate condolement is a cause of impious stubbornness. 'Tis unmanly grief. Now, throw off this unprevailing woe, and think of me as father. Take to heart.
Let thine eye look to us as a friend.
I know not, brother, why thou shouldst be sad. You are the most immediate to the throne.
Why, Edmund, that's a loving, fair remark. And now, let's have ourselves a gaudy night. Call to me all my war-torn soldiers and fill their bowls once more. Tonight I'll force the wine peep through their scars. Let's to supper and drown the consideration.
I pray thee, Hamlet, follow us.
Will you go see the order of the course? Not I. I'm not gamesome. I do lack some part of that quick spirit that is in all of you. I'll leave you.
No, I pray for bear wine.
Edmund. I do observe him now and late, and I have not from his eyes that gentleness and show of love as I was wont to have.
He's but a fool, so his actions show it.
How you grow dishonest.
Good lady, give me leave to prove him a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterous.
Well, we feel proof.
Good lady, why mourneth he?
For his father's death.
Think his father's soul is in hell.
Hamlet knows his soul is in heaven.
The more fool then to mourn his father's soul being in heaven. The king surrounds against us. Let's come away.
What it should be that thus had put him so much from the understanding of himself, I do not know. Edmund, as usual, has his malicious mockery. Yet I suspect some foul play. All cannot be well.
That it should come to this. But 2 months dead. And she, ere yet the salt of most unrighteous tears had left the flushing in her galled eyes, she married. Most fine speak, to post with such rejoice to foreign sheets. It is not, nor it cannot come to good. Do I feel tempted down toward the flood? Down to the dreadful summit of that cliff that beetles o'er his base into the sea? Maybe. It is as if I am depriving my sovereignty of reason, drawn into madness. The very place puts desperation into my brain that looks down to the sea, and hears it more beneath. What should be the fear? I do not set my life at a pin's feet. If I do lose my life, I lose a thing that none but fools would keep. But lo, what's there? What is this apparition that doth come in such a questionable shape? It looks just like my father. In his habit as he lived. Is this the carnage of my brain? I know not. It beckons me to follow it. And yes, my fate cries out for me to heed his call.
Mark me.
I will.
I am thy father's spirit.
The king, my father? What may this mean that thou, dead corpse, again revisits thus the hideous night? And we, the fools of nature, so horridly to shake our disposition with thoughts beyond the reaches of our souls, say, why is this? Wherefore? What should I do?
Now lend thy serious hearing to my words.
I'm bound to hear.
So art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear. O Hamlet, list, oh list, if this thou ever thy dear father loved.
Oh God!
Revenge is foul, most unnatural murder.
Murder?
Murder most foulest and the best it is.
Haste me to know it, that I may sweep to my revenge.
'Tis given out as serpent's sting, that now my former kingdom by my death is rankly abused. For know thou, noble youth, this serpent that did sting thy father's life, now wears his crown.
My trembling soul. Macbeth!
Thy traitorous wit will do shameful lust, the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. O Hamlet, what a falling oath was there, for here to decline upon a wretch whose gifts were poor to those of mine. I was the heart of all this vasty world. I could not stir, but like a comet I was wondered at. But she, I lust, though to an angel linked, will set itself to a celestial bed and prey on garbage. And I now lie so low. My conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils, all shrunk to little measure. The crown of the earth was I, the garland of the war, the soldier's oath. But now struck down, no worthy and then the dust. Oh, horrible, most horrible! He was a gentleman whom I built an absolute trust, yet in my sleep he wrung his dagger through my flesh, and made it rich with the most noble blood of all this world. Thus was I, sleep by a general's hand, of life, of queen, of crown that once dispatched. Beware, Macbeth. Macbeth doth murder sleep. O Hamlet, what a wounded reputation! Think standing thus alone shall live behind. Let not the traitor soul fulfill the pleasure, but range to my revenge. Remember me.
Remember me. By that poor ghost, while memory doth still hold a seat in this distracted globe. Yea, from the table of my memory I will wipe all trivial fond records that youth and observation copied there. And thy commandment all alone shall live within the book and volume of my brain, unmixed with baser matters. Yes, by heaven.
And I will see thee then, Philippi.
At Philippi, perturbed spirit. So is it then. The time is out of joint. Oh, cursed skylight. That ever I was born to set it right.
Are we all met?
Indeed we are.
We need to find a convenient place for our rehearsal. This room will do for a stage.
I wonder if this tragedy will please. Brutus must draw a sword to kill himself. Will the audience buy it?
We can't leave the killing out.
Oh no, who's this?
We wait upon your leisure, sir.
You're the actors that were sent.
Indeed we are. We are come here to offer you our service.
We are most fit to play before the king and queen tonight.
Most likely. What players are you?
Hard-handed workers of the city.
And what play will you perform? Let's hope there's a place to ease the anguish of the hour.
We give the tragedy of Julius Caesar.
As the quick comedians do present the hook-nosed fellow of Rome, with saucy rhymes the ballads cease out of tune and bring you forth in the posture of a tyrant.
My lord, our play hath no such stuff.
Aye, that's certain. Let's find Lord Hamlet. He delights in players. I found ever but Lenten entertainment.
poor rogue and peasant slave am I. What is a man? The chief market of his time but to sleep and feed. A beast, no more. Now surely man is more than that. He hath his capabilities and his godlike reason. But whether it be bestial oblivion or some craven scruple of thinking too precisely on the event, I do not know why yet I live to say these things to do since I have cause and will and strength and means to do it. For that I am unpregnant of my cause, 'tis true, I can say nothing. Not for a king, on whose life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? It seems it must be so. For otherwise, I should have added all the region cuts with Macbeth's flesh. Oh, villain, remorseless, lecherous, treacherous, kindless villain! Oh, vengeance! What an ass am I. This is most brave. And I, the son of a dear father murdered, must, like a whore, unpack my heart with words and fall cursing like a mere slave. What should I do? The spirit that I have seen may be the devil. The devil hath the power to assume pleasing shape. And perhaps out of my weakness and my melancholy abuses me to damn me.
Oh, now, Brother Hamlet, what serious contemplation are you?
To throw about my brains.
Good shit. That was our dinner.
The actors.
I don't you want to take the line.
Oh, good. But bring me later. My spirits are dashed at present.
Nonsense. Come, give us a taste of equality.
Well, we can perform anything. Tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral. Pastoral, historal, tragical, tragical, pastoral. Tragical, comical, historical, pastoral. Scene undivided or poem unlimited. Seneca cannot be too heavy, nor plot is too light.
Well, I mean a speech, a passionate speech.
What speech, good lord?
Anything but to the purpose.
Well, I'll proceed. Oh, for a muse of fire that might ascend the brightest heaven of invention. An empire for a stage, consuls to act, and Romans to behold the swelling sea. Then, should the warlike Caesar, like himself, assume the port of Mars, and at his heels, leashed in like hounds, should famine, sword, and fire crouch for employment? But, pardon, gentles all, the flat, unraised spirits that have dared on this unworthy scaffold to bring forth so great an object. Can this cockpit hold the vasty fields of Rome? Or may we cram upon this wooden stage the very cast that did affright the air of Rubicon? Oh, pardon me! No more. Edmund, see the play is well bestowed. I'll leave you till tonight. Well, but not to your liking, my lord.
You were my friends. You were most to my liking. We'll have a play tonight. You're welcome, masters. Welcome all. And there I have my course. For I've heard it said that guilty creatures sitting at a play have, by the very cunning of the scene, been struck so to the soul that presently they have pronounced their malefactions. For murder, though it hath no tongue, will speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play before Macbeth something like the murder of my father. I'll observe his looks. If he but blench, I know the truth. And so the play's the thing, where it'll catch the conscience of the king.
Hello, lady. Why do you keep alone? The feast awaits.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear husband.
Should they not have died with those they think on? Come now, sweet, be bright.
We did a deed of dreadful note.
And all are innocent of the knowledge no one knows.
We dwell in doubtful choice.
How do you mean doubtful? Old Lear is in his grave. His throat is cut after life's fitful fever. He sleeps well. Nor steel nor poison can touch him further.
Oh yes! The bloody treason's done its worst! So screams the affliction over terrible dreams!
There's a kind of confession in our looks. This restless ecstasy shakes us nightly. If we but stir our heads or make a pause, the people will know what time to return!
Kindness! Speak your griefs softly. If we but disguise our hearts with well-seeming countenances, we will not be found out. There is no art to find the mind's construction in the face. For I can smile and murder whilst I smile. Can you, my dearest love, resolve yourself?
I know not how. Within me is a hell.
I'm not about Gertude.
Fair, Ophelia. Upon losing youth's lost passion is impressed. How goes it with my son? Thou so greatly eldest?
I beg your pardon, mistress.
Do not go about. I would like a mother to you. Do tell me true, or keep it to myself.
Good madam. He hath changed of late. He greets me not with such a loving conference as he hath used of old.
'Tis but the passion of youth, but the thorn of the rose of youth spreading long. I believe your presence will be helpful to him.
I hope so too. But how is it with you, my noble lady?
What should I be but merry? The wedding feast toward.
Does merriment e'er look so pale? Your face is like a book where one may read strange matters.
Maybe I have worthy reason to wish things done undone.
Oh, madam, think not so, for that you take a second husband, thou should not be accursed.
My dearest girl, it is not that. I feel a treason in my breast. I am in blood stepped in so far that should I return, 'twere as tedious as going over.
Good madam, please, you fright me now.
You tremble at my words? 'Tis best you do not know. If it were safe, I could tell you. But let it be.
To all a hearty welcome, first and last.
Thanks to your majesty.
Oh, pray all sit down. Now, what play, what story shall we have to while away this after dinner time? Who will manage our mirth?
Why not the line, my lord? And even make the players ready.
Why, Hamlet, you are married.
Oh God, you're only jig maker. Why should mirth not be managed when my father died within 2 hours?
'Tis 2 months, Hamlet.
So long, and not yet forgotten? Then there's hope a great man's memory may outlive his life.
My king, Please vouchsafe me ears a while before the play begins.
Speak on, Edmund.
I will but tell thee that thou art the arm and burgonet of men, a demi-atlas of the earth. Your legs bestride the sea, your arm doth crest the world. In your plenteous bounty, there's no winter in it. In autumn twas that grew the more by reaping, and in your livery what crowns and crownets, realms and islands are as plates dropped from your pocket.
Gorgeous words, young Edmund.
Do not think I flatter you, my king. I do defy the tongues of suitors.
Dost thou? And when thou sayest thou dost not flatter me, dost thou not then yet flatter me the most? I recognize when men insinuate with praises sauced with lies. I am well versed in such submissions. All hail! You cry to me, so Judas did to Christ. Make a note, Edmund. You will not play upon me. Remember that.
They wait upon your patience, sir.
Excellent. What shall we hear?
The tragedy of Julius Caesar.
Is that in sorting with the wedding feast?
Oh, warrant your honor, it is. We shall know by this fellow. The prologue will tell all.
Oh, and Hamlet, your shirt, you're not a slave. Tuck it in.
In Rome there lies the sea. Here am I come, a prologue on to tell
Now
you.
speak the speech, I pray, as I pronounced it to you, drippingly on the top.
In Rome there lies the sea. Here am I come,
But if you shouted, I had as well the fire guard spoke my lines.
In Rome there lies the sea.
Now do not saw the air so much with your hands. Thus.
Here am I come, a prologue on.
But use all gently, for anything overdone is from the purpose of play, which is, as 'twere, to hold a mirror up to nature. Now, begin.
In Rome there lies the sea. Here am I come, a prologue on, to tell you, fair beholders. What was it that moved pale Cassius to conspire? And what made the all-honored, honest Brutus, with the armed rest, courtiers of beauteous freedom, to drench the Capitol, where late the great and conquering Caesar stood? And then how he at Philippi returned to ghost good Brutus, while raging Anthony there struck him down. That this will be digested in our play, we do your humble patience humbly pray.
And so we swear, Lawrence Lucia.
No, not an oath. We should not stay in our cause to think that it does need an oath. What need for other bond than that of secret Romans who have said the word and will not fail?
And shall no other man be touched but Caesar? I think it's not meet that Antony should outlive Caesar. Let them fall together.
Our cause will seem too bloody, Cassius. To cut the head off, then hack the limbs. For Antony is but a limb of Caesar. Let us be sacrifices, not butchers. Now, run we to the Capitol.
And let the Ides of March bring on conspiracy.
The Ides of March.
What say you, King? Like you the play?
Is there no offence in't?
No offense in the world. They do but jest, murder, and jest. 'Tis a knavish piece of work, be sure. But what of that? Your Majesty and we that have free souls, it touches us not. Again, murderers.
Is Caesar yet gone to the Capitol?
Here he comes. I go to take my stand.
I fear our purpose is discovered.
Stay constant, Cassius. Press near and rear your hand.
Ah, my Cassius! What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must redress? Most high, most mighty, and most beautiful. puissant Caesar, Caius Cassius froze before thy seat, unhumbled heart.
I must prevent thee, Cassius. These couchings and lowly courtesies might find the blood of ordinary men, but be not formed to think that Caesar bears such blood that will be stirred by low-crooked fawning. Thy brother by decree is banished, and if thou dost bend and pray and fawn for him, I spur thee like a cur out of my way.
Oh, pardon, Caesar, Caesar, pardon. As low as thy foot doth Cassius fall to beg for the repealing of my banished brother.
I could be well moved if I were as you, but I am as constant as the northern star of his true fixture. There's no fellow in firmament. I unassailable do hold my rank. I was constant your brother should be banished, and constant remain to keep him so.
Oh, Caesar.
Hence wilt thou lift up Olympus.
Great Caesar!
Even Brutus bootless kneels.
Speak! Hands for me!
Oh! Et tu brute, and fall, Caesar!
Sleep, Macbeth! Macbeth that murder, sleep!
King Ryson!
Which of you has done this?
What goes on?
Is it the king?
I every inch a king. When I do stare, see how this subject craves.
Thou canst not say that I did it. Never shake thy gory locks at me.
I come alive and have it the smell of mortality.
What is that moves his highness? Do not make such starts as a painting of your fear.
Look on that which might appall the devil.
Behold the image of authority, as dogs obey an office. Why does thou hand that murder? Give thine own account, for thou hast done the same. Through tragic clothes, no vices do appear, robes and fed gowns I call. Slain, still the gold, and the strong lands of justice hurtless braves. Armed to rise, a pigmy strawless pierce. Think that from you who had the power to seal the accuser's lips, you sealed mine with death.
Blood has been spilled here now. There was a time when the brains were out, the man would die in there and in. And now they return to push us from our stools.
You look but on a stage.
To whom doth the king speak?
Regard him not, he is not well.
And she, oh she my son, thy wife, that blood I did too, but so disgraced that our contempt is hissed into my grave. And in the fore she had them slews, and that trusted friend had fished my pork. The disease they had, but felt it not. They may be in the cup a spine steep, and when they drink and yet partake no venom. But if one present the ingredient to his eye, make known what he have drunk, he cracks his gorge with violent hands. You took my death to see this spider.
Avaunt and quit my sight! Let the earth hide thee. Thou hast no speculation in those eyes which thou dost glare with. Unreal mockery hence!
You have displaced me before the plague.
Give me light! Away!
Who was it that you saw?
In my mind's eye, the king, my father.
Did he speak to you?
I bet he did, and told me of such things as must and will have blood. Macbeth did kill our king, and whore our mother, and she, oh she, for having sucked the honey of his vows, did spur him on.
Did she do so?
The vows speak true. The treachery did sit blushing in their faces.
I did. They were revealed. Why should we then in our peevish doubt let go of the acting of his dread command, now imitate the action of a tiger?
What should we do?
Beat out their brains.
But stop!
Where is the evidence that thus accused them? They must be convicted by the course of law, not murdered straight. Were you not then as cruel as they that you do slander?
Who can be temperate and furious, loyal and neutral all at once? No man! Now throw we grace to the profoundest pit and dare damnation.
Hamlet, please oppose your patience to your fury, lest your justice prove cruelty. Be not a slave to passion.
Regard her not, she's a woman, as her mother is. They're all treacherous. They do but show of modesty, while in the dark they give their sensual race the rein.
You wrong me and my sex, dishonor our queen, inhuman wretch! You're not worth the dust that the rude windows blow into your face. I am sorry for thee.
Hamlet, let him not ensnare thy soul and body. On the flame of thy distemper sprinkle cold patience, that mercy doth become the man like best thou knowest. And it is the mightiest and the mightiest.
And yet! Remember our father, brother.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why shouldst thou be breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest. Yet could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. What should such fellows as I do crawling between earth and heaven, where airy knaves fall? Love none of us. To a nunnery. Go!
There, my father's great dig uttered forth a voice. Now tyranny will meet with justice.
Justice! Do not you see that in this tyranny of Macbeth lies the very portraiture of Lear's, the image of his cruelty? And if you do continue with your course as fire drives out fire, so justice, justice! And what revenge? A universal wolf will make perforce a universal prey and last eat up himself. The wheel of vengeance will turn until the world were out to naught, and then how will you stand? The sire is death. So I approve of power and of love. My love is as a fever, longing still for that which longer nurseth the deceased, feeding on that which doth preserve the ill. For I have sworn thee fair, and hope thee bright, and has a mind as dark as hell at night. Though as the noble mind was overthrown, until restored, like my love is flown, I would nothing else.
Now, get you to your mother's chamber and tell her to what favor she must come.
Where will we find caverns dark enough to mask our monstrous fears? We cannot hide ourselves in smiles and affability.
Mother! Mother! Mother!
Where will we find caverns dark enough to mask our monstrous fears? We cannot hide ourselves in smiles and affability.
Mother! Mother! Mother!
Hello, Hamlet. How is it that I intrude into my closet so unrestrained?
To sit you down and demand you explain your actions and yourself.
What will I do?
Thou shalt not budge.
Thou will not murder me.
'Twould be a bloody deed. Almost as bad as that old good mother.
What have I done that thou dare wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Such an act as doth blur the blush and grace of modesty. Make wedding vows as false as dicer's oaths. Make sweet religion a rhapsody of words.
I mean, what act makes thee roar so loud?
Why, kill the king and marry with the killer?
Alas.
Look here, upon this picture as it stands. See what a grace was seated on this bough, where every god would seem to set a seal to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. And what have you now? A murderer and a villain slave that is not 20th part of your preceding lord, a king of shreds and vice with whom you live in the rank sweat of an enseamed bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love over the nasty sty.
No more. Thou turns my eyes into my soul, these words like daggers in my ear. Hamlet, no more.
Hast thou judgment still? For what judgment would step from Lear to this? What devil was that hath blinded you? I'll tell you what the devil it was!
Your father. I'll not call him tyrant, but the cruel usage of his life savours something of tyranny. Husband has its faults. Say he slacks on his duties, throws restraint upon us, pours his treasures into unjust wars. Or say he strikes us hard. Is that not cruel usage?
My father was a noble, loving king.
He was a man, taken in all and all, who knows how long a wife loved her husband.
Still, to fall into the arms of him?
Hamlet, thou art young. 'Tis not so strange that even with our fortunes our loves change.
And so, you sided with Macbeth and kept the world unknowing of his bloody acts. How can such rank corruption be excused? Need not such treachery be justly killed?
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
Throw away the worst part of it.
What must I do?
I will not be thy killer, but leave thee with thy conscience. Tell thee straight. There's left thyself to end thyself. Goodbye, mother.
And so it must be. For all length is torture now. And is it such a sin to run into the secret house of death, ere death there come to us? The torch is out. I shall not stray, but lie down straight. All sealed, and it is done.
defense will not be darkly hidden. Now Hamlet knows what kind of man I am. Is there no cure for our infected minds? Could not some sweet, oblivious antidote raise out the written troubles of our brains? Or must we only find our ease in death? Alas, then death it is.
Macbeth, I die. The poison quite o'ertakes my spirit. There is so hot that all my bones crumble to dust. Macbeth, thou yet beholds me.
My love.
Sometime we see a cloud that's like a rock. A vapor sometime like a bear or a tree, which is now a horse, doth soon become like indistinct as water in water.
It does, my love.
Macbeth, now even I have such a body, yet cannot hold the visible shape. Here, at the last, I take the last warmth of my breath. I can no more.
You make death proud to take you. Oh gods, render me worthy such a wife.
The absolute for death. No vengeance. To thy work.
I have forgot the taste of fears. I have supped full of horrors, now your threats cannot once start me.
The eyes of March are come.
Aye. So my reign is rebuked. As 'tis said Caesar's was by Brutus. I begin to be weary of the sun, and wish the estate of the world were all undone.
Thou art death's fool. For him thou labourest by thy flight to shun, yet unsworn still.
Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time.
I who would bear the whips and scorns of tongue, who grunt and sweat under a weary life.
And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty depth. Out, out, brief candle.
Thy best at rest is sleep, and that thou provokest. Fierce thy death which is no more.
Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more.
The rest is silence.
It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury. Yet, signifying nothing.
To be, or not to be. Nay, not to be.
So, are you saying that if Brutus hadn't killed Caesar, he would eventually have become a tyrant?
Yep.
So, Brutus is actually the good guy?
No, he still murders a man for a crime that hasn't been committed. He still murders a man, period.
Murder. Murder, what an awful word that is. He carved him. They carved him as a dish fit for the gods. They weren't butchers, they were sacrificers. Think of the jeopardy and danger they put themselves in. Think of how horrible and difficult it must have been for Brutus to stab Caesar. Besides, you said it yourself, he would have become a tyrant.
There, ladies and gentlemen, you see one of the more ancient fossils of the euphemism in its natural habitat. Did you notice how he slithered through language, cherry-picking just the right words so he could greasily hatch thoughts in your head? You might recognise this as the far uglier forefather to being politically correct.
Never mind that, she's off her meds.
Whoa, not cool, bro.
Yeah, you're supposed to be the young one.
What are you talking about?
Off his meds? You can't say that, not anymore.
Anyway, in Julius Caesar...
But you just... There's a difference between being critical of political correctness and being a jerk.
Yes, and now that you have shown us all what a hateful and horrible soul you have, we will start treating you like the bully you are, and somehow by alienating you, you will become a better person. Now can we please get back to Caesar?
Go on. Yes, please.
Thank you. So, it is obvious who the villain of Julius Caesar is.
Cassius.
Caesar.
No.
Mark Antony.
Brutus.
Wrong again, you knaves.
You just brought this back up so you could show off.
Have pity. When people would rather chew chalk than watch you act, you become quite a big fan of yourself.
You become quite a big fan of yourself. Oh, ignorance so easily turns into envy.
Would you please bestow upon us your great and vast knowledge?
Right. Would you deign answer our questions? Descend from on high the gigantic steps of your tower of knowledge, get into the dirt and mud with us, ignoramuses, and tell us, who is the villain of Julius Caesar?
The people. Ladies and gentlemen, now I give you that friend of yours who has a question for you, and a made-up answer for it.
So, the people who stabbed Caesar, not evil. Best friend killer, not evil. Mark Antony, lying, manipulative, probably actual bastard, not evil. And a would-be tyrant who is so vain he ignores every warning sign, including a written warning, detailing the conspiracies and those involved in it. Not evil?
Exactly. Now you're getting it. None of them are agents of action, by which I mean they're all just representatives of the will of the people. That's everyone's main concern. Caesar, Mark Antony, and the conspirators. When Caesar tries to become king, he does it through the people. And when the conspirators want to kill Caesar, they agree upon a narrative to get the people on their side. And when Mark Antony wants to avenge Caesar, he tries to get the people to do it. And thus, all the death, destruction, and misery in this play is their fault. They almost made Caesar king, they blessed and then condemned his murderers, and they tore their empire into fractions. This is why the people are not to be trusted. They are ignorant brutes who lack the faculty to govern themselves.
Holy crap.
Yeah, you've got a point.
What? No, wait, 2 different lines.
No.
You were supposed to disagree, and then you two would get into a fight, and oh god, we spent all those hours on that bloody Star Wars sword fight.
Yeah, I can't really do that. Not anymore. Not after 2016. I can't really back the people. I'd be faking it.
Anyway, I think we might have broken the fourth wall enough as it is. Maybe it's time to get back into character?
You have all heard the strange whisperings from abroad that the King Macbeth has been slain.
We have!
I saw a man running through the streets and he cried, "Liberty! Freedom! Tyranny is dead!" But Macbeth was no tyrant!
All know what great deeds he did for this country.
He was a great friend to the commonality.
When the wars ate us up, Macbeth made peace.
Such was the love before us.
And now he is dead. And the sons of the old king Hamlet and Edmund who may cause been unknown to us, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Is it not monstrous that the heirs of the king should be the chief enemies of the people?
We will proceed especially unto them. They shall not fall off our requests.
Then are we all resolved rather to die than to live in ignorance?
Resolve! Resolve!
Then go we to the court to demand our answers.
We have power in the multitude to do it!
Or else we mutiny! For let the gods know we come in search of truth, not thirst for revenge.
We shall be answered! We shall be answered!
Then no more talking on it. Let it be done. Away! Away!
And now what shall we do?
Reports are come, my lord. The people throng outside with impetuous haste are threatening to rebel.
What is the cause?
They demand to know the reasons why Macbeth was brought to death.
And they shall have it. Her reasons are so full of good regard that they'll be satisfied.
Will you go meet them?
Why? For now we do appear most cruel. But when I will deliver the cause why I did slay Macbeth, that he did slay the innocent, the people will then know that justice did this deed on him.
I pray thee, good brother, let me address the public.
Why?
I fear thy safety. The population bore Macbeth great love. To hear his murderers speak might make the move to further rage and disobedience. Let me into the pulpit.
Edmund, thou art e'en as great a man as e'er I could wish. Take thy loyalty with thanks.
And you desire no more.
Never knew a man. What kind and loyal.
We have power in the multitude to do it!
I come to you to render the public reasons for the death of our Macbeth. Will you hear me speak?
We will! We will!
You shall hear of most unnatural acts, of accidental judgment, casual slaughters of death put on by cunning and forced cause. All this will I deliver.
Speak it!
Macbeth is slain. His mighty heart is burst, and Hamlet gave commandment for his death, and I, with his own dagger, struck him down.
Oh, pretty murder!
I speak by Hamlet's leave. He sent me here to accuse Macbeth, not to praise him.
Speak!
Macbeth is slain. His mighty heart is burst, and Hamlet gave commandment for his death, and I, with his own dagger, struck him down.
Oh, pretty murder!
I speak by Hamlet's leave. He sent me here to accuse Macbeth, not to praise him. Hamlet did reason Macbeth was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Macbeth answered it. But he was my friend, faithful and just to me. And Hamlet says he was ambitious, and Hamlet is an honorable man. He ended all the wars, and so did bring meat to your table, sleep unto your beds. Did this in Macbeth seem ambitious? When the poor have cried, Macbeth hath wept. Ambition should be made astonished of, yet Hamlet says he was ambitious, and Hamlet is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Hamlet spoke, but here to tell you what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to fight for him?
Edmund speaks the truth, we should fight!
Macbeth has had great wrong. There's not a nobler man in the kingdom than Edmund. Macbeth's better part should be crowned in Edmund.
He will lead us to triumph.
I come not, friends, to steal away your hearts. I am no order as Hamlet is, but as you know me all, a plain, blunt man that hath neither wit nor power of speech to stir men's blood, I only speak right on and tell you how in blood great Macbeth fell.
We listen, Edmund!
Be silent! Edmund speaks!
If I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Hamlet wrong, who, as you know, is honorable. Yet who's so honorable that cannot be seduced? Now Hamlet binds himself into a power tyrannical. He might become a traitor to the people and take from you your liberties, make you mules, disproper your freedoms, holding you of no more soul nor fitness for the world than camels in the war. So did his father. Because you favored Macbeth against Lear, Hamlet might seek means to pluck away your powers and throw it in the dust.
He was a traitor!
Villain and murderer!
He's well!
You are going to lose your liberties. Prince Hamlet would have all from you. He'd seek to unbuild the kingdom and to lay it all flat. But what is the kingdom but the people?
True, the people are the kingdom!
So you are, so stand you then to your authority, or you will lose it. Hamlet killed most like a traitor, and should die as traitors do.
He deserves death!
So do you hear pronounce, upon the part of the people in whose power I now speak, that Hamlet is worthy of present death?
Yes!
Because he hath resisted law in such criminal, capital kind, he doth deserve the extremest death. What say you?
It shall be so!
In the people's name it is decreed. He dies tonight.
Now the bodies of triumph and fight for King Macbeth! Fight for Macbeth! Edmund will lead us to triumph. He will lead us to triumph! Oh, Edmund! We will fight for Macbeth! Fight for him! Oh, Edmund speaks!
Now bring I Hamlet here, be ready for it. And when you hear me say, thou shalt be king hereafter, do not cease, but with your pikes and clubs enforce the present execution and break his neck.
Fight your weapons!
Down this ship thou art of. Take thou of course thy wilt.
Who goes the course?
People choose you for their king.
Is it so?
Aye, let Hamlet be king, they cry. Hamlet king. Caps, hands, and tongues applaud it to the clouds. Let Hamlet be king. Will you have it so?
I do now know. I must not think how ill all's here about my heart. 'Tis no matter. Let it be. I now embrace my fortune and do pray the time of universal peace is come.
Upon the plains of Philippi, the people stand to heap this new honor on you. They wait on you.
And Philippi,
Aye, there.
the ghost, her father, came to me and said that he would see me there again. At Philippi. I know my hour has come. Father, methinks I see our father.
Now, tell sad stories of the death of kings. How some have been deposed, some slain in war, some haunted by the ghost they had before, some poisoned by the wives, some sleeping killed, all murdered. For within the hollow crowd that throngs the mortal temples of a king, keeps death his cool. And there the antic sits, allowing him a breath, a little seed, to monarchize, be feared, and kill with looks, infusing him with self and vain conceit, as is this flesh which rolls about our life, with rocks impregnable. And human thus comes at the last, and with a little pin, both from his castle wall, and terror, king.
Father's ghost, here now. Thou haunts me still. Or did I but mistake thou? How can I say to thee that thou art my father? Thou hast disgraced me and hindered me, laughed at my losses, mocked my gains, scored my kind, throttled my achievements, cooled my friends, hated my enemies, and what's thy reason? I am a bastard. Hath not a bastard eyes, hath not a bastard hands, organs, senses, passions, dimensions, affections, fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same winters and summers as my brother is. When you pricked me, did I not bleed? When you struck me, did I not cry? And when you wronged me, did I not revenge? I resemble Hamlet in that. I should be like him in the rest! Are we not brothers? So we ought to be. But clay and clay differs in dignity, whose dust is both alike. Therefore revenge. Oh, Father, thou wast wrong, so Hamlet did avenge you. And thou didst me wrong! What then should I suffer me by thine example? Why revenge? The villainy thou didst teach me I executed, and it went hard. But I did better the instruction. O Hamlet! Thou shalt be king hereafter.
Die, traitor, die! Hit him! Make him die!
Behold the tongues of the common mouth, the which I do despise. They are no sure know that it's the coal upon the fire, or hailstone in the sun. Their virtue is to make him worthy, whose offense subdues him, and curse that justice did it. He that depends upon your favor swims with fins of lead. What would you have, that like no peace nor war? With every minute you do change your mind, and call him noble. That was now your hate. All the contagion of the South light on you, you shameful hearts, you cowards. Boys and plagues blast you, all that you may be abhorred further than seen, and one infect another. You common tribe of curse, whose loves I prize as the dead carcasses of unburied men that do corrupt my hair. I banish you, and here remain with your uncertainty. Let every feeble rumor shake your hearts. Your enemies, with nodding of their plumes, fan you into despair. Have the power still to banish your defenders, till at length your ignorance deliver you as most abated captives to some nation that won you without blows. The expense of spirit and a waste of shame is might in action. And till action, might is perjured, murderous, bloody, full of blame, savage, extreme, rude, cruel, not a right. All this the world well knows, yet none knows well to shun the heaven that leads men to this hell. Despising thus the people, I do turn my back. There is a world elsewhere.
There it is. Yeah. Well done, everyone.
Thanks, I guess.
Well, that means now is to finish it.
How?
Any suggestions?
Not really, no.
Becky? I don't know what would be appropriate. I have a suggestion.
What?
No, just no.
See what we got.
But it's just wrong.
What's
It's such a cliché.
After all this horror, it's gonna feel strange.
It's like we're mocking the audience.
It's the only way.
Well, if we don't have anything else.
But it has to be done.
All right. Remind you, Shakespeare is turning in his grave right now.
You forget, Robert Poet. Shakespeare isn't in his grave. He's here with us on this stage, as he is on every stage. He's the ghost that haunts every theatre in the world.
Now attest that he is here.
Our revels now are ended. These our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into air, into thin air.
And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherit, shall dissolve, and, like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a wrack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.
Well done, Robert Poet.
There it is. The time is certainly strange when a writer from history can sound as if he spoke today, and people speaking today can sound as if they belong in history. Of course, what he's telling us is the time is out of joint. The audience may spite us, but we've tried our best to set it right. So let time shape and to their end.
Just a thing before I go. Not marble, nor the gilded monuments of princes shall outlive this powerful play. But it shall shine, more bright in its contents than all the stones that paves time's dusty way. When wasteful wars shall statues overturn and broils root out the work of masonry, nor Mars's sword nor war's quick fire shall burn the living record of its memory. Against death and all oblivious enmity shall it pace forth. Its praise shall still find room even in the eyes of all posterity that wear this world out to the ending doom. So chill the judgment that yourself arrives. It lives in you, and well.